Right, so let's get into this. Our book club recently stumbled upon this really charming children's story over on Amazon.
Ah, yeah. Which one?
It's called Alana and the Honu by H.A. Bustos. And honestly, it's just lovely, highly recommended, especially for kids, say, 5 and up.
Okay.
It's, a really heartwarming island tale, but it also kind of subtly weaves in these bigger themes like compassion, responsibility, and this lasting bond between a girl and a sea turtle.
This sounds interesting. It's fascinating, actually, how much uh, wisdom you can sometimes find packed into what looks like just a simple, cute story.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder, what can a story like this really teach us? About, our relationship with nature, maybe the power of kindness.
That's precisely what we want to explore today, kind of unpack Alana and the Honu and see what insights are tucked away in there. You might be surprised, actually, at the layers you find in what seems like a straightforward kid's book.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Where does the story start?
So we meet Alana. She's this spirited 6-year-old girl living with her mom near Kailua Beach on Oahu. Beautiful spot.
Right.
Her mom loves to surf, usually the smaller waves in Kailua Bay. And Alana's always there, spends her days on the white sand, kind of keeping an eye on her mom, and she's always watching out for these rogue waves, as she calls them.
Cute. So a strong connection to the beach, to the ocean, right from the start.
Totally. But then the story introduces this bit of conflict almost immediately. It sets things up nicely.
How so?
Well, one day Alana's walking on the beach and she sees these, the book calls them mean kids on beach bikes.
Okay.
And they're just like speeding past, kicking up sand, and worse, they're tearing out the native grasses from the sand dunes as they go, just ripping them out.
Wow. Okay, so not just being kids, but actually being disrespectful to the place.
Exactly. It's a direct hit on the, fragile shoreline environment. And it sets up this contrast with Alana's whole attitude.
And I bet that ties into some deeper ideas in the book.
It does. It leads right into this foundational Hawaiian belief that the author weaves in beautifully.
Which is?
The story says, in the islands, we believe that the ocean remembers and that what you give to it, it gives back. Sometimes when you least expect it, but always when you need it most.
That's powerful. So it's not just a nice saying. It's like central to the whole story.
Completely central. It kind of sets the stage for everything that happens later. This idea of a deep connection, maybe even a spiritual one with nature.
And a sense of reciprocity. Kindness isn't just lost, it circulates.
Right. And you see Alana living that idea right away. When she sees what those kids did to the grass.
Yeah. What does she do?
She doesn't just walk past. She actually gets down and tries to bury the roots back into the sand, trying to fix it.
Ah, that's telling.
Yeah, it's this small act, but it connects directly to these core Hawaiian values the book mentions, like malama
Which means caring for the land, respecting it.
Exactly. And kuleana, which is like responsibility, your personal duty.
So she feels that responsibility even at 6 years old.
She does. It shows this innate connection she has. A simple act of compassion.
But does something come from that specific act?
It does. It's right then, while she's tending to the dunes, doing this malama aina, that she finds something amazing.
Okay.
She sees some old, broken sea turtle eggshells, but then one of the broken shells starts moving by itself.
Whoa. Seriously?
Yeah. She lifts it up carefully, and inside is this tiny, tiny baby sea turtle. A Honu. But it's clearly too small, too weak. It wouldn't survive alone.
Oh, wow. So a miracle, but also a problem, a responsibility.
Right. An immediate challenge to that kuleana she just showed.
And what does her mom say? How does she react?
That's a really key moment. Alana runs to her mom with the tiny Honu, and her mom, well, she checks the nest area first.
To make sure it was really abandoned.
Yeah. And it was. So she doesn't hesitate. She just looks at Alana and says, don't worry, Alana. Let's take it home and care for it.
That's wonderful. So she supports Alana's instinct.
Totally. It reinforces that compassion. It shows this family bond that's really rooted in caring for living things, It brings those values like aloha and kuleana right into their home.
It shows how those values are lived, not just talked about.
Exactly. And Alana, she takes this responsibility incredibly seriously. There's a whole chapter about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, chapter 3. Holu, to grow, to nurture. It details how dedicated she is. And get this, she'd actually learned in school about how special Honus are, how much care they need.
Ah, so she had some knowledge already.
Right. So she uses that knowledge, gives the Honu tons of love, takes it for gentle swims in the calm bay water every morning.
Building its strength carefully.
And make sure it has a safe, warm place to sleep. It's a really tender picture of care.
And what's fascinating there, often in these stories, is the parallel growth. Does that happen?
It really does. As the baby Honu gets bigger and stronger, Alana grows too. Not just older, but like her connection to the ocean deepens.
Oh.
The book mentions she starts hitting the waves more, and eventually they actually learn to ride waves together. Honu rests on her boogie board.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Wow.
It symbolizes how their bond is growing, becoming really mutual, shared experience, shared love for the water. It's more than just pet and owner.
It's like a partnership.
Yeah.
Symbiotic almost.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. But of course, as Honu gets bigger and stronger,
The time comes
to return him to the sea. And that's a really emotional part of the story.
I can imagine. How do they handle it?
It's in chapter 4, E Hawaii Return to the Sea. Alana and her mom, they paddle out on their surfboards.
Far out.
Pretty far, yeah. About halfway to the Mokulua Islands, with Honu resting on the nose of Alana's board.
Wow. That paddle out must have been something. A journey of letting go.
Totally. And when they get out there, they just sit on their boards for a bit. Alana says her goodbyes. Then she gently tips the front of her board and Honu slides into the water.
And does he just swim off?
He looks back at her just for a second, then pushes off and glides away into the blue. Gone.
Ah, that moment. It's not just about the turtle, is it? It's about having the courage to let go.
Absolutely.
And trusting that the kindness you put out there matters, even if you don't see the immediate result. Trusting nature's way.
Yeah. Respecting that Honu belongs in the wild ocean, even though it's hard to say goodbye.
So does she just, forget about him then?
No, not at all. That connection remains really strong. The book says that in the years afterward, whenever she's at the beach, surfing, boogie boarding, whatever, she still looks out past the waves.
Thinking of Hanu.
Always thinking of Honu. It shows this bond, this unseen connection is still there in her heart. The care she gave him left a lasting mark.
That makes sense. A deep connection like that doesn't just vanish.
Right. And then, years later, that unseen bond gets tested. Big time.
Oh. Wow.
This is in Chapter V, Kamakani Nui, the Strong Wind. Alana and her mom are surfing one morning. Mom's catching bigger waves further out. Alana's closer to shore.
Okay, a normal day at the beach.
Starts that way. But the ocean, which she loves, starts to change. Really fast. The wind kicks up. The waves get choppy. Turbulent.
Uh-oh. You can feel the mood shifting.
Definitely. The danger just builds. The water around Kailua, usually so clear, gets all murky because the swells are churning everything up.
That sounds dangerous. Especially near the shore break.
It gets really perilous. Her board is bucking around. The tide's pulling her out. She loses sight of her mom.
No.
And then a big swell just grabs her, pulls her backwards, and she loses her board completely.
Oh, my.
She's pulled under, flailing, trying to get up for air, but the ocean's holding her down. It's terrifying. Her life's genuinely on the line.
Wow. Just shows the power of the ocean.
Exactly. But then the climax, it's incredible.
What?
She makes this one last desperate lunge for the surface, and her fingers hit something solid.
In the murky water.
Yeah. She grabs onto it with everything she has, and then she realizes.
Don't tell me.
It's Honu. Yes. The very same Honu she saved all those years ago. His hard shell is right there. He pulls her upward, breaches the surface like a whale.
Unbelievable.
Gets underneath her, keeps her afloat, and carries her gently all the way back to the shore.
Wow. Wow. That gives me chills.
Me too. It's such a powerful moment.
And talk about full circle, that core belief.
What you give to the ocean, it gives back.
Exactly. Hanu saves her life, just like she saved his. It's not random.
Yep.
It feels like the direct return of that kindness.
It really does. It validates that whole island wisdom.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How often do our small acts of kindness ripple out in ways we never expect? Ways that might even come back to help us when we most need it.
It's that ecosystem of generosity you mentioned. Paying it forward, but it actually comes back. Across time, across species even.
Amazing. And the reunion on the shore.
Oh, it's beautiful. She's safe, crying, hugging Honu tight. Her mom runs down from the dunes. Just this incredible moment of relief, gratitude, love, connecting all of them.
What a climax. So what happens after that?
Well, the story winds down gently in the last chapter, chapter 6. Aloha Oya until we meet again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They just stay there on the shore for a while. Alana, her mom, Honu, holding each other as the sun sets. It's quiet, reflective.
And she knows.
She knows. It's time to let him go again. Bittersweet, just like the first time, but maybe with even deeper understanding now.
And that phrase, aloha oio,
Yeah,
the book gives it special meaning here.
right does. As Anu starts shuffling back to the water, he pauses, turns, looks back at them, and raises a flipper, like saying goodbye.
Ah.
But the story points out, in Hawaii, aloha isn't really goodbye. It's more like until we meet again. Ahuiho.
That's beautiful. It suggests the connection isn't broken, even with separation. The kindness, the bond, it endures.
Exactly, the impact lasts. So if we step back and look at the big themes here.
Yeah, what are the main takeaways from this seemingly simple story?
Well, first, obviously, is environmental care and protection. Right from Alana trying to fix the dunes.
That malama aina, it sets the tone. Our responsibility to nurture our environment.
Definitely. And second, the story's just steeped in Hawaiian culture and values. Aloha, kuleana, that belief the ocean remembers. It's all woven in.
It's a great way to introduce readers to those concepts, that sense of interconnectedness.
For sure. Then there's the theme of family bonds and ocean life. Alana and her mom, their shared love for the ocean, how they support each other in caring for Honu.
Right, it shows empathy and responsibility being lived out, taught through action within the family, and connecting through nature.
And finally, there's courage, letting go, and trusting in nature's balance.
Yeah, Alana's courage in saving Honu, but also the courage to release him, trusting he'll be okay, trusting that kindness matters.
And the rescue proves that trust wasn't misplaced, that balance where kindness returns.
But quite profound, really.
It is. And it helps that the author, J Bustos, actually grew up in Hawaii.
Oh, really? That adds authenticity.
Totally. Born and raised in the islands, spent his childhood in Kailua, watching the sunrise over the mokuluas, riding waves. His passion for aloha, kuleana, malama aina, it's real.
You can feel that lived experience coming through. It's not just research. It's from the heart. A tribute to his home, family, nature.
Exactly. So when you put it all together, what does Alana and the Honu really show us?
Well, it seems to beautifully illustrate that kindness. It really does ripple out like a wave.
Yeah, and sometimes it comes back right when you need it.
It's a powerful reminder of that deep connection between us and the natural world, and how simple acts of care can have, well, immense power.
Giving back, paying it forward, it matters.
It really does, which kind of prompts a question for all of us, doesn't it?
Like what?
Like, in what ways can you practice malama in your own life? Or just show kindness, maybe in small ways, that might ripple out in return unexpectedly?
That's a good thought.
And how does a story like this maybe inspire you to nurture the things you love? Whether it's a person, a place, even just an idea. Thinking about how those small beginnings can echo.
Yeah, definitely something to reflect on. So, bottom line, if you're looking for a really beautiful, heartfelt story, one that teaches kids, and let's be honest, adults too, about responsibility, love, respecting nature.
That sounds like a great choice.
We definitely recommend checking out Alana and the Honu by J Bustos. It's really quite special, a lovely read.
Sounds like it resonates long after you finish the last page.
It really does. Kindness that echoes.